welcome back to my channel. I'm Evinka Bravehope, but you can call me Eve. So, as most of you should know, about 4 weeks ago, Flash was stolen, and that was an absolutely horrible experience. The amount of sleepless nights, the amount of flyers and posters and things I went through, it was really rough. But after 3 weeks of trying to find him, I finally got a call from someone, and she said that she saw him at Fort Penta, so booked it over there and was able to get him. The full story and what happened is on my channel, little video, so I'll link it at the end of this video if you want to go check it out. I highly guarantee you're gonna love it, and I highly recommend it too. So yeah, but anyway, that was a super rough 3 weeks, and then I've had him home for roughly a week now. And he's great, but imagine his muscle, he's lost all his muscle pretty much. I mean, he still has some. He was a very fit horse. But 3 weeks, no exercise, the bare minimum of food and water, that's all he had. So pretty much he'll compete in anywhere from 4 to 5 star eventing. And he needs a lot of exercise and food to keep that up. So considering there was none of that, it's all this muscle work and all of that I've worked so hard to get, it's gone. So that's just so lovely. So yeah, but he's doing great. I'm so happy to have him home. I literally haven't left him out of my sight. All of my horses literally come in every night because I don't want to leave him outside. I have PTSD about that or whatever. So that's just so lovely. But had him from home for about a week now and pretty much just building back his muscle and stuff. So we're going to go give him a little ride now. All right, so before I ride, I have to quickly groom him and pick out his feet, all that lovely stuff. And I'm going to put on his saddle pad. We're doing this lovely navy blue with the red and white. It's so pretty. So American-esque, I don't know. But yeah, I'm just gonna pop on his bridle and helmet and head out to the arena. Alright guys, so this is voiceover Evinka, and I kind of run voiceover Evinka. Anyway, so I'm currently on him. I've given him a good walk around, and now I'm just working on lots of trot circles, a few jumps and stuff like that, and a little bit of cantering down the long sides and whatnot, and circles and all of that lovely stuff. So yeah, all the great stuff that helps build muscle is what I'm doing. So yeah, enjoy. Hi guys, so our ride was so lovely. Flash was absolutely fantastic as always, building that muscle up slowly but surely. I was really hoping to be able to do the summer show off or showdown with him, or I'm pretty sure it's the summer showdown, the thing that the FLEC holds around this time of year. Really hoping to do that, but we'll just have to wait and see, because obviously whatever is best for Flash. So yeah, but anyway, time for the exciting part. What I was talking about earlier, pretty much, or what I was leading up to. Anyway, so if you guys remember, about 2 months ago, I posted a trying ponies video, and obviously 2 months later, it's time to pick the ponies, because it was super crazy. Tried the ponies, and then it was time to get ready for the equestrian festival. And then after the equestrian festival, Flash was stolen, and then had to get him back. And it's just been a really crazy few months. So yeah, anyway, so today's the day that we pick up the ponies. Yeah, I say that with apostrophe S. Ugh. Does anyone ever feel like the world, or not the, yes, the world is against your wallet? Because I literally feel like the world's against my wallet. I need a sweatshirt that says the world's against my wallet. That's literally, someone make me a sweatshirt that says the world's against my wallet, like, please. Anyway, so yeah, pretty much I put up a post around that time asking you guys who I should get. What were your guys' thoughts? And 63% of you guys said that I should get Sweet Little Orange Blossom. And I agree. She was super sweet, a little bit of a challenge, absolutely great. So, you know, I was like, perfect. The people have, you know, the right mind. Like, they, you know, pretty much, you guys were right. I should get Orange Blossom. So I am getting Orange Blossom. But then it came down to, do I get another one? Another little lesson pony? Because obviously most of the other horses are my personal horses. And then Luna, yeah, she's between half lesson and half personal horse. But yeah, pretty much I need 2 lesson horses. I do. So it came down to Cinnamon, Strawberry Shortcake, and Hazel, which were split evenly, 13% for all of them. So I was like, I could get Cinnamon, but that one's a project horse, like a huge project horse. So I wasn't really looking for that, even though I'm all about save the horses, you know, type thing. Like, you know, whatever's best for the horses. But I did, at the end of the day, need to get something that fitted what I needed, especially if I'm going to be spending a lot of money and whatever. So pretty much I came down to Strawberry Shortcake and Hazel. Strawberry Shortcake had great ground manners. She was super great on the flat and pretty good at the jumping too. I'm not going to blame the fact that I fell off. I'm not going to blame that on her. I think that was something to do with me or the way the jump was set up, all of that stuff. So that nothing of that is blamed on her. But she was great. And then there was Hazel, who was fantastic, like to the point where you're like looking at her like, are you even a pony type thing? She was really great, flat and jumping. So yeah, I went with Hazel. So yeah, let's go pick up the ponies. Pretty much how this is gonna work, we're gonna go pick up Orange Blossom because the owner of Hazel, she's like, I know it's a far drive, I'm willing to come down there and drop her off. She's like, you know, it will be fine. My grandma lives down there, you know, so I'll drop her off and then, you know, pretty much go visit her. Pretty much, you know, not trying to make me feel guilty making her drive the whole like 3.5 hour drive type thing. So, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so yeah, she's gonna bring up sweet little Hazel down. So let's go and pick up Orange Blossom, and then Hazel will be here around, I think, 5 o'clock ish. So yeah, let's go do it. Hi guys. So, oh my gosh. You saying cheese at the camera? That's so cute. Aw. Anyway, so I'm here with Orange Blossom. It was about a 40-minute drive, but I'm now here at Golden Leaf Farms, and I've all the papers and all of that and all the checkup or like vet checks and ferret checks, all of that has been done and looking great. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited to bring her home. So I think we should load her up and get her home because I'm pretty excited about this look. Oh my gosh, you're just the cutest little thing ever. Oh, I love her. Hey guys, so this is another voiceover Evinka. Pretty much, I wrapped, you know, a little bit later with Orange Blossom and then just settled her in pretty much. Turns out my camera wasn't filming, so yeah, there's that. But anyway, I'm headed to the house now to get myself some lunch. Wait a minute. Hey, little guy. Are you okay? Oh, poor thing. Look at all those cuts. Poor baby. What is this all about? I'm so confused. Are you okay, buddy? Hi, guys. So there was this abandoned, I think it's a mule. Abandoned mule. And, I mean, I'm going to put some photos up on screen. Like, the amount of cuts and its hoofs are in terrible conditions. like absolutely terrible conditions, and the the amount of cuts and scrapes on the poor thing, and there's healing ones, healed ones, fresh ones, scars. Like, it's insane. The poor thing has gone through a lot. Um, pretty. Excuse me. Excuse me. Dust. um, so pretty much, I was walking out across the field or not the field, whatever, across the yard or whatever. Headed to my little house to get myself some lunch while I waited for Hazel to pull up or arrive. And I saw him tied up, I'm wandering. I looked over at the pasture, and there was him, I don't even know what to call him, this mule, just tied up. Still, it had a bridle and it had a bit. This bit was in bad conditions or whatever. But I don't know how long he's had that in his mouth or whatever, but the bridle and whatever was in rough conditions. It was tied up to the fence really tightly. To the point where you couldn't even get grass, left with no water, no food. It's really weird. So yeah, but pretty much I've called the vet, and she said she'd be down here in about 20 minutes. So yeah, until then, we're gonna wait and see what's up. So the vet arrived about 20 minutes later, and she started examining him. She said his feet are in very bad condition. They're overgrown, badly cracked. He's also mildly lame. She also said that his teeth are in great condition. He also has 2 abscesses in his mouth, probably from that bit. So yeah. Some of the cuts are infected, and then he also has rain rot, and then his mane and tail are one huge rat's nest. So that's absolutely great. And his back is very, very sore. It's bad. So yeah. She then started putting things on thrush butter, hoof polish, some ice cream, aloe gel, and calm balm. So yeah, hopefully he'll feel better soon. Yeah. So the vet sent me into the tacker or feed room to get him some feed because he needs some ASAP. So I'm going to just use this green bucket right here. I'm going to throw some complete, some tough hoof, and then we'll put in some muscle builder, gut support, and high calorie. And we're just going to add a whole bunch of water. We don't want to overload his system since he clearly hasn't had a lot of food to eat. So pretty much the vet sent me this whole report on everything, what we need to do. Currently, I'm giving him a bath, and I'm just using some nice little condition shampoo from Fawn Lake Equestrian. And yeah, just really cleaning him up and making it feel all good, trying to get rid of all the rats and tangles and all of that stuff. Make him look all new again. I'm also going to put some cream on his cuts and some coat shiner type stuff, make it all soft, and yeah. Alright guys, so I pretty much just threw him in this back stall behind me and gave him a little bit more food and just put down lots of shavings because his feet, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. He must be in so much pain standing. I'm like, you'll get 20 bags of shavings in your thing. I don't care if it's, 3 feet high. I'm a sucker. If a horse is not in the best conditions, I have to take it in. I just have to. So I feel so bad. I'm literally so confused. But yeah. So Hazel should be here in 30 minutes. So that's just great. I pretty much just got myself 3 horses today. Or one's a mule. So I've never had a mule before. I've never even seen a mule. So cool beans. I also don't know what I'm going to call it. So if you guys could help me out with that, that might be nice. So yeah. Hey guys. Oh my gosh, you're smiling too. Sweet things. Anyway, so Hazel has arrived. So yeah, sweet little Hazel's here. I'm literally so pumped. She is so sweet. So yeah, her owner just dropped her off probably 40 minutes ago, just did some minute paperwork. You know, she gave me film about like what she needs to eat, that kind of stuff. So yeah, but I'm super excited to have this sweet little girl with me. So happy to have a little Orange Blossom. They're gonna be little buddies. You can't really see her, but they are, you know, right next to each other. And then we have the little mule who I don't know what I'm gonna call. So yeah, but anyway, guys, I will see you guys a little bit later. Hiya. So I thought it would be fun to share a little bit about how the horses are doing, you know, some show me riding them, working with them. So yeah, it's been 5 days since I've gotten them. Yeah, about 5 days. Good little amount to help them settle in and stuff. So yeah, I did take a little ride on Hazel and Orange Blossom. And well, Hazel, absolutely fantastic. Love her. 2 words about Orange Blossom. She was drugged. I guess that's 3. She was drugged. Yeah. Three words about Hazel. She was drugged. Yeah. Yeah. Horse people. Please. For the love of God, don't drug these horses. Ugh. Yeah. I got on her and she was like insanely anxious, like yeah, like super anxious, like walking off, wouldn't stand still, like extremely anxious, took off with me, like to the point where I put a little bit of leg on her to go, like I was telling her to stop, you know, don't want to make them walk off when they want to walk off. So, you know, pulling her back, gave her a little leg, and she like took off, like someone just, you know, lit the bomb. She took off and like it was insane. So yeah, I get like new environment, new things, but like it wasn't even like a reasonable new environment thing. Like she was straight up drugged. So that's just lovely. But Hazel is great. If anyone to be drugged, I thought it was gonna be Hazel, but she wasn't, and I knew she wasn't, like from talking to the owner or whatever, and stuff, because the owner was just so sweet. She's like, I hate to let her go, but like college and stuff. So yeah, but anyway, let's go and work with the ponies, ride them, whatnot. You know, you can get to know them a bit more. Let's go do it. So yeah, so first up, I'm going to show you guys their feeding routine, because that's always fun. So we're going to start off with the new little mule. I'm going to grab his little bucket. All right, prepare yourselves, because he gets a lot of stuff. He gets complete, perform, tough hoof, joint plus, dewormer, colic paste, muscle builder, joint supplement, collagen boost, alfalfa cubes, beet pulp, pro fuel, daily feed, perform, low calorie, and glow and grow. He gets a lot of stuff. And I promise I didn't just dump him all with a whole bunch of stuff. I literally slowly built him up to that, because that's a lot of stuff, but I promise he needs it all. Anyway, we're going to stick it there real quick. All right, now we're going to make a simple one. Like, you're going to laugh at how simple this is. All right, we're going to grab the green bucket. All right, alfalfa cubes, beet pulp, performance, and the missing ingredient. That's literally it. Now we're going to make the final one, and she gets perform, pony plus, beet pulp, alfalfa cubes, pro fuel, joint plus, muscle builder, joint supplement, gut support, collagen boost, and colic paste. Yep. All right, so the green bucket goes to Hazel. She has the least amount of stuff. That's how it should be, not like these other two. Then the pink bucket goes to Orange Blossom, and she has a decent amount of stuff, you know. And then the little Mr. Mule, who has literally everything you could possibly think of. All right, guys, so as you can see, I'm now riding. The horses really enjoyed their breakfast, So then I decided to take Orange Blossom out first for a little bit of exercise, and I actually brought her up to that Philly C for some exercise. Yeah, I was like, hey, do you mind if I come and exercise my horse? And they're like, yep, go right ahead. So anyway, they have a nice little pole course set up, so that's what I'm going to be doing pretty much, she doesn't have a ton of muscle. So we're really working on building up that. So the best way to build muscle is lots and lots of trot circles and poles. It really helps them use their body, a lot of balance. It really helps build their muscle. Helps them step under themselves when they're doing circles. So as you can see, I did loads and loads of circles around the cones, and she was doing great. I did give her a quick lunge before I got in, which I found really helps. Also, as you can see, I gave like a really loose rein, and then I gave her, I did these little jumps, or not jumps, bouncers, and she didn't like them. I mean, she did, she just didn't know how to use her feet. So I went back and did it again. Much better. And then we did it a third time, and it was absolutely fantastic. But like I was saying, loose rein really helps because she learns to steer off of your leg, which is really nice, and it doesn't really rely on your hands. Plus, no one likes being pulled on their mouth a lot. So yeah, and it helps them use their body a bit more. So yeah, then I brought her over loads and loads of poles and really makes them think. Didn't mean to hit the microphone. Really makes them think and stuff. So then I did lots of walking. Lots of walking is important when you're building muscle as well, because if they don't have the muscle, they can't do it for long. So doing lots of trotting and no braking is not great. So I promise I gave her lots and lots of walk breaks. So yeah, lots of trotting, circles, walking, ground poles, all of that. And I did do a canter down the long wall just once. You really want to start with the trot circles and trot poles before you do any cantering. You pretty much have to build the muscle, so then you can build the muscle, so then you can canter and hold the canter, which helps build lung health. There's another one. My brain's blinking, but there's another one. It helps. You literally it's all steps. So yeah, as you can see here, I did not lots. I gave her one canter wall, one long wall just cantering, and then she kind of fell out of it at the end, which, you can clearly tell that she doesn't have enough muscle to continue. So, once she came down to a trot, I respected that. But yeah, then we did a little bit more doing the bouncers, and then it was time to head back home. Once I got home, she was kind of sweaty because I did kind of trail ride her up there and stuff. So I gave her just a quick rinse down. I don't really like to leave the ponies hot, or just any horse or pony hot, once I'm done with them. Once I was done rinsing her off, I led her back over to her stall. Now I'm here with Miss Smiley Face, Hazel. So I've decided that today I want to do a little bit of cross country. So we're going to head back up to the FLAC and do a little cross country on their cross country course. So that'll be fun. I swear, in these videos, it's like I don't even own my own farm. I'm constantly off somewhere else using someone else's arena or props. That's just lovely, isn't it? Anyway, horse life. So let's go ahead and get Miss Hazel ready. Also, as you can see, I did change the long sleeves. It's a little too hot for long sleeves, so I changed into this cute little red polo shirt, and then the blue didn't really match. I mean, it did, but I didn't like it, so I did some white pants. I'm the queen of changing. Anyway, then once I groomed her, it was time to tack her up, so we went with a nice red, and then her little black saddle. And then I went over to grab her boots so then I could put those on. And they were, of course, red. And then I put on my body protector and helmet before putting on her bridle. And when she had her bridle on, we were all set and it was time to go. So pretty much, for I wouldn't say no reason, but pretty much when I got home, I decided that I would just quickly cool her off bareback around the property. So yeah, that's what we did. And then she also got a quick little rinse off. Then it was time to work with our new little mule, my first mule. Learning a lot. I'm like constantly researching stuff. I'm like, what is a mule? Like, how do you, like, what? Does anyone else understand? Like, if you've worked with horses all your life, you're like, is there anything different about a mule? Anyway, so I took him out for a little bit of groundwork since, you know, want to start with the basics before I work up to riding him and doing that. Because if you don't know anything about their past, it's best to start with like pretty much nothing, like basic groundwork and stuff. So did lots of lunging, and he did like a little, not takeoff, but like he pretty much ran around, and I let him get his crazies out because horses, when they're nervous, they run, and if you can find them, then they feel trapped. So when he wanted to run, I let him run because I wasn't sure exactly why, but you know, he wanted to run. I'm like, run, I don't care, run. So yeah, and then I unclipped the lunge line and just walked around and ran around and see if he'd follow me. Like, it was adorable. And then like when I give him scratches, he like leans his head on me, and it was like the sweetest thing ever. Also, I found a little name for the little mule. So pretty much I was eating peanuts as a little snack, and I dropped some and he ate them, and I'm like, oh, you like peanuts? And then I don't know why, but it hit me. I was like, Peanut. Perfect name. Peanut. So this is little Peanut. I know earlier I asked you guys to help me with the name, but like, don't you think Peanut's the cutest little name? Look at that. Peanut. Anyway. So yeah, I did lots of work and then lots of pressure and release things. So, you know, pressure, and then once he responded, release. You know, push on his hip, he responds, you release. I did lots of moving his hindquarters around, you know, move the danger spot, you know, like when I come that area, he should be like, oh, I should move my butt. That's dangerous, you know, let's move it away. So yeah, lots of like fun stuff. I love doing groundwork with the horses and mule. So yeah, once we were finished doing like that kind of stuff, I clipped a lead line on so we could work on leading, and he was great with that. So that was obviously fantastic. And then after a good like 15-20 minute session, it was time to go inside. Don't want to overwhelm his brain. So yeah, just brought him back into the barn. Alright guys, so I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me pretty much watching me get 2 horses and a mule in one day pretty much. And then along with that, also working with them. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me work with them and ride. And they were so great. I love them all. I'm so happy with them, and I hope you guys will subscribe so you can follow along with their journey if you haven't already. Or please subscribe if you haven't already, because, you know, I think you should stick around and watch their journey. Good stuff. Anyway, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!